Good day. I'm Progress Chiwendu by name, a student of Accra Institute of Technology, Ghana. ID number ENG13B00198Y. I'm here to present, or I'm here to give a short presentation on two famous engineers. First of all, we'll start with the introduction. What did Michael Faraday and Nikola Tesla choose to be an engineer, and in what time in life did they realize it? What were the obstacles they faced in the field of engineering, and how did they overcome these obstacles? What makes them succeed in the field, and the advice they have for upcoming engineers like us. Start with Michael Faraday. His choice of career. He was an English scientist and a physician. Michael Faraday was born in Newton Bot, London on the 22nd September 1791. Faraday was born as a third child in a poor family, where his father was a blacksmith. Due to their poor family background, young Faraday would not enjoy the necessity of big school and had to lightly educate himself. He developed a great love for reading after he became apprentice to local bookbinder and bookseller George Rayburn. After studying the work of great scientists and authors, he developed an interest in science, particularly in the force that enabled him to make imperative discoveries in electricity later in life. Faraday was always extremely curious and inquisitive. After the end of his apprenticeship, at the age of 20, he began to attend lectures of different famous chemists in the quest to learn more. During this time, he also applied for a job in a Hoprin, David, his chemistry lecturer, as the teaching assistant at the Royal Institute in 1813. First, few years later, in 1821, after David retired in 1827, Faraday replaced him as lecturer of chemistry at Royal Institution of Technology, and published all his research work related to condensation of gases, optical diffusion, and the isolation of benzene from gas oil. And obstacles faced by Michael Faraday was perhaps the greatest experimental obstacle faced by Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday was perhaps the greatest experimental physician of all time, but he faced profound obstacles and problems during his rise to the top of the scientific help. First, he was born into working-class English family and town that seems to come straight out of the Charles Dickens novel. Consequently, he greatly relied on the charitable support of his betters, which was not reliable. Second, he worked during the birth of the Industrial Revolution, when many scientists were competing for the highest possible stakes. Also, the accusation of plagiarism. He was accused of plagiarism, and the idea of a relationship between electricity and magnetism and being in the air in David's laboratory. Faraday conducted his first experiments with wires and magnets somewhat after David and William Hyde Wollaston had attempted to conduct similar experiments. David and Wollaston has failed and dropped the problem, while Faraday succeeded. Importantly, when Faraday published his first results, he did not acknowledge David or Welleston. This enraged David, causing serious problem for Faraday as he strove to advance his career as an independent scientist. And how he overcome this obstacle? He eventually overcome this obstacle by being focused and dedicated to his passions. He, unlike many engineers, worked out not to compete but to make a mark in the field of engineering. He never gave up anything he started. Also, we have here the advice he have for upcoming engineers like we. Well, when he started his career, even though he had been exposed to lots of classes, he had no idea which specific discipline of electrical engineer he wanted to pursue. Like all of the different fields of engineering, electrical engineering has so many subfields of discipline, making these choices very difficult, especially when you are fresh out of school or a beginner. The valuable piece of advice learned from Faraday: when we start our career, we should not commit to a specific discipline too early in our career. Also, as engineers, we should be creative, we should be innovative and have critical thinking. Have the crucial thinking on how to develop a prototype, not only how to develop a prototype, but how to analyze, how to recycle that prototype, and creative, not only relying on other people's invention. And that is all for Michael Faraday. Now we'll be going to next is Nikola Tesla. His career choice, the career choice of Nikola Tesla. Start with his earlier life. Famous American inventor Nikola Tesla was born on July 10, 1856. His interest in electrical invention was likely encouraged by his mother, who invented small household appliances in her spare time while her son growing up. Tesla's father, Milton, was a priest, and Tesla began preparing for a trip to America. Tesla came to the United States of America in 1884 and soon began working with famed inventor and business mogul Thomas Edison. The two worked together for a brief period before parting ways due to conflicts, business and scientific relationship. Tesla was commercially out of tune and somewhat valuable. Tesla was commercially out of tune and somewhat valuable, yet extremely pivotal inventor who pioneered some of the histories. The most important invention, his invention include the Tesla coils, developed in the 1891, and alternating currents, electrical systems of generators, motors, and transformers, both of which are still used widely today. At 1893, Columbia Exposition held in Chicago, Tesla conducted demonstration of his AC system, which soon became the standard power of the 20th century and has remained the worldwide standard ever since. 2 years later, in 1895, Tesla designed the first hydroelectric power plant at the Niagara Falls, a feat that was highly publicized to the world. He also invented the Tesla coil. Tesla began working on his boldness project, yet building a global communication system through a large electric tower for sharing information and providing free electricity throughout the world. The system, however, never came to fruition. It failed due to financial constraints. and Tesla had no chance but to abandon the Long Island, New York laboratory that housed his work and the tower project. Wardenclyffe. In 1917, the Wardenclyffe site was sold and Tesla tower was destroyed. In addition to his AC system, coil and tower project, throughout his career, Tesla discovered, designed and developed ideas for a number of important inventions, most of which were officially patented by other inventors, including dynamos, electrical generators similar to batteries, and the induction motor. He was also a pioneer in the discovery of radio technology, X-ray technology, and the rotating magnetic field, the basic of most AC machinery. His death and legacy. Nikola Tesla died on January 7th, 1943, at the age of 86 in the New York City, where he had lived for nearly 60 years. His legacy, however, had been traveling for more than a century and will undoubtedly live on for decades to come. Challenges faced by Nikola Tesla. He lost his parents, lack of funds for his research, conflicts, and he also have conflict with his rival Thompson Edison, which was also like a mentor to him, and how he overcome this obstacle. Nikola Tesla has to overcome a lot of challenges and problems, obstacles during his life. The most crucial thought was the loss of his parents. Where Tesla was in the United States, he lost both his parents very close to each other. The loss affected him so much that he wanted to quit science then and there, but thankfully he didn't. Also, when Nikola was in America, he had a hard time finding people to fund him for his project. Advice he had for upcoming engineers. This is also a quote. He could doing research. He researched the idea I have, the creative thinking. He said, "The scientists of today think deeply, or instead of clearly," which means the scientists of today and the engineers think in the box instead of out of the box, and which is causing a mayhem and which is not good. And instead, one must be saying of think clearly, but one can think deeply and be quite insane. So he's urging us as engineers to think straight, to think, have this idea of building a prototype of our own, having our own project instead of plagiarism, how Michael Faraday was accused. And if you check in the full details, Michael Faraday too, it seems him too, he admitted that he did the plagiarism, but it was because it was because his mentors didn't have the idea as engineers to do creative thinking, to analyze and do synthesis of their prototypes. So that's how he managed to build his own and also have ideas from there. He worked with other engineers, with scientists, and he have that idea of creative thinking and also did well. Thank you. That's all for today. Progress Chiwendu Ezeh. Thank you. See you on next video. Thanks. Bye.